Hi friends, I'm here with my 2018 bullet journal setup and also my January setup. So I'm using the same notebook that I used in 2017, and I tried different things with it but didn't really use it the way I thought I was going to use it. So I feel like the great thing about bullet journaling is, every page is just blank, so you can customize it and change it as you go along. So I'm mostly going to be using my bullet journal for tracking things and kind of some reflections and things like that, not like a weekly or daily planner, because I kept not wanting to write in my bullet journal because I write messy. So that's why I just decided that's what worked for me, and I had fun with that last year, so that's mostly what I'm going to be using it for this year. So let's get started. Start again. That's kind of my saying I've decided for the year. A lot of these I saw on Pinterest, and I use them. This is a timeline, so I'm gonna add kind of time markers and events that happened along the year, and then it'll end up here. I did a lot of just black and white last year, so I used my midliner highlighters like these to just color in some parts. So, and I used some gel pens. So this is my birthdays list, and then this side is my ideal life, and I just wrote them down, and I kind of tried to color code them a little bit, but not exactly. But that's something that I want to look back on during the year. These are 4 things that are like big factors that I want to not improve, but just be aware of. And so one is faith. These are this is life management, self-care, and adventure. And what I've started to do is just write out some ideas and things that I can do that will help, and I'll obviously add on to those. And then this is, I did last year, I did 17 in 2017. So this year I have 18 in 2018. So I have to still fill this out. And then this is, I'm turning 43 this year, so I thought it'd be kind of nice to do 43 me traits. So I'm gonna add these on. Hopefully 43 will fit with the way I did it. Otherwise, maybe I'll just attach something to it. This is for the books that I read on this side. I had really a good time doing that. And then this side, I've been mostly trying to borrow books from the library. So I wrote the books I want to read, and then I just decided to put the due date, and then I'll probably, actually maybe I'll highlight it, or no, yeah, if I read it, because some I don't read, and that's okay, or I don't finish. This is for movies watched. This is movies watched in the movie theater. So I'm gonna write the title, and then I think over here or over here, I could put some dots here and write the date or who I went with and things like that. I don't have a lot of washi tape in my bullet journal, but I think you can see it. Originally, I just wanted to make it like a list, so I just wrote like title, date, and how I rated it, but decided I want to do this. So I thought this washi was actually perfect, and it covered it up kind of. So anyways, and this is movies I want to watch, and I'll keep adding to that and then highlight it the ones I have watched. This is for my memory keeping. Starting in July, I did some Project Life, so I decided 2018 I'm going to be doing Project Life. So I put all the dates ending in Sunday for the whole year, so I can highlight those as I go along or color them in. I still have to figure out this. I think I have a few pages left in 2016 scrapbook album, and I have to figure out how much I have left in my 2017 album, and then I'll make boxes kind of like this, and then highlight it as I go along. Then this is for social media. This is exactly the way I had it last year, and this is more like milestones, like even numbers and things like that, and then this will just keep track of the actual numbers. So this is for tracking weight loss and then tracking number of pages I write. So for a weight loss, I had a really hard time because, like what happens if I lose weight, but then I add, I gain I gain some of it and then lose it. So I decided just to, you know, write minus whatever, and if I gain, you know, plus something, or minus, hopefully they're all minuses, but you know, or just 0, and then at the end I can total it right here. And I just penciled in the date ending in Sunday for all of these, just so that I could, it's, you know, it's easier for me to remember to make sure I tracked it. And then I didn't put the dates here, but I could just look here. So I'll erase the dates and write it in pen. And then here I'll put the total number of pages. And this is just a fun collection. This is my 80s, there's this 80s radio music, blah, blah, blah. 80s radio station I've been listening to, and all these songs that I like have been playing. So I thought I would write some down. And then I decided to do the 90s. And this doesn't look like a CD, but I meant it to make it a CD. And I actually should have made like an iPod for 2000s, but that's okay. Maybe another page. And then this is like a, not a house calendar, but things, you know, to do weekly, bi-weekly, and monthly. And then these are like twice a year events or things I have to do. So I'm going to put in what I want to do weekly, and then I could color in, I just put in, sorry, you can't really see, I apologize. So I put 52, and then here is 26 for every other week. And then monthly, I just put in the dates here. So these, like I said, you know, like smoke alarm batteries, right? Just put in the date or color it in. And then yeah, I could make these 2, or even if they're once a year things, I left it kind of open. Then these are house projects to do. So I could just keep writing them and probably put a check mark or something. Then this is just my medical information. So this is mine, and then this is my dad's. I, you know, organize his medical things too. So just put the doctors and appointments just to have it in one place. And then this is going to be for my morning routine and night routine. And because there's so much space, I might kind of, you know, make it kind of doodly or something like that, but I want to keep adding to it so that I stay consistent. And I feel like that's when it helps me, is when I just start with like one thing and then add on to it. And then I have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks for some ideas that I can make for myself, just so that if I'm getting bored, or, you know, I don't do meal planning, but if, you know, I'm eating the same things all the time, I could just look on this. And then this would be one of my favorite pages. This is for my craft spending. My piggy bank did not turn out the way I wanted it to. Last year I didn't like my cat, but I think, or the cat drawing, so maybe I should stay away from animals. But anyways, so this one is like, I want it, but, and then I'm gonna put in the dollar amount that I saved by not buying something, and then I'll put the total in here. And then this one's, I don't need it, but, and then I'm gonna put in the things I did buy so I can track how much I'm spending on crafting and things like that. These are for events and places that I'm interested in going to, and then some things I want to learn to cook. And then for letters and Happy Mail, I could just color it in, maybe write down who it was for. And then my wish list, monthly ideas. This is because I'm gonna, you'll see January in just a minute, but just some things that I could put in. And then these are just ideas for more collections. And then this is for financials. I keep saying and then. Okay, I'll stop. And then, no, I'm just joking. I'm sorry. Okay, this is for some credit cards, and then I want to put my payment, and then also the interest, and then the balance. And I want to make sure to put the interest on here, so just because when I, you know, look at it on one page, hopefully it'll motivate me to try to pay all of them off. And then these are just for bigger annual, like budgeting, like car maintenance and things like that. Not like gas or car insurance, but, you know, like cats, not the food that I buy or things that I buy monthly, but vet visits and things like that. And then my budget, and I'm going to write down how much I actually spent and the actual amount. That way I could kind of look at it for next year and adjust accordingly. And then, yeah, I like this page too. These are for projects, and I feel a lot of these have been on my list for literally years. So I thought I would actually just write down the first 2 steps in each of my projects that I want to work on. I didn't close the box because I don't know how many steps, you know, it'll go through exactly, but I just want to write the first 2 steps. And then I'm going to write those 2 steps into my monthly. And let's say like this one, I want to digitize my VHS videos, so I need to research how to do that and then buy what I need to buy. And then after I do, you know, 1 or 2, I'll put in the next steps. Then once I'm done, I'll just close it up and I can add more project boxes here. So it's kind of like to trick myself, not to trick myself, but I guess just to get started on them. And then, how did it get so late? I want to write down the things I want to spend less time on down here, and then the things I want to spend more time up there. I purposely made it a little bit lower just to kind of emphasize more time, and I could probably write bigger up there. And then this is like a brick wall, and these are just small things that are preventing me from like a little hurdle, I guess, or a little brick. Like I want to walk more, but I need to buy new shoes, and once I do that, then I'll do it more. So I just thought I would write, you know, little obstacles, like what's stopping me from starting to do something. So I hope that makes sense. And then this is the start of January, and it's kind of simple, but I just did this one. And then this is what I was talking about. I put the projects that I had on the other page, and I just put the first 2 steps. And I'm not committing myself to doing all of this, but at least I have it, and as I do some, I could cross it off. And then just like bigger tasks, obviously not, you know, some of them, I mean, some of them I'll put in my, you know, daily planner, but I don't need to put like laundry and things like that because it's for the whole month. And this is my wish list, to-do list, so things that would be great if I can do or get started on, so I put that there. And then I actually just got these Post-its. I thought they were cute, but I just left it here so that if I want to look at it, I can just flip it somewhere else, or even just put it on the table if I'm working on something. The minimalists, they have a little like challenge that they do every month where on the first day you throw out 1 thing, on the second day you throw out 2 things. And I am not, I don't know, I have a hard time doing things every day. So I thought I would make these boxes, and you know, I'm not gonna, if I feel like throwing out 18 things that day, I'll just do this one. I'm actually thinking about going backwards because I feel like it's harder to do more later. That's just for me. And then I haven't decided yet how I want to track my time that I unplug, because it's really important for me, and yeah, I haven't figured out how to do that yet. This is for extra cleaning, not like regular cleaning, but extra cleaning as it says here. And I'm gonna make these probably blocks of maybe 10 minutes, and then I have it color coded here so that I could block in how much time I spent on doing some extra cleaning. And then money tracker, and probably for this I'm gonna, I don't know, probably just put it in my daily and then put in some of it here, I guess. And then the totals I'll put here. And then I'm gonna write down the bills, and even though I know every month like what, you know, what's being paid and things like that, I still like to write it out and, you know, check mark it. So I'm gonna put that in there. And then I have my rants here. And then my favorite part of my monthly is probably my gratitude. So I left space for 3 things a day, and I dated it all the way to the 31st. And then in months previous, I just kind of put quote or something here. And then this is kind of, I'm sorry, I've been off camera. This is kind of you know, in the traditional bullet journal, you put notes and quotes and ideas and things like that. So that's something that I definitely want to have. So I left 2 pages here. And so instead of mixing it with my to-dos and stuff like that, I'm just going to put it here, list all of them here as they come along. And then what I did was I just got, it was actually a Project Life card, and I just made it flip with the washi tape so that I could use my little icons. And then, you know, if it's something I want to add to a collection, once I do it, I could put an arrow, or, you know, just a memory and I want to put it in my timeline, I could also just highlight it or cross it. So that's what I'm going to do for this. And then I think this is my last thing. This is for my Valentine Happy Mail. I'm just gonna write out who I'm making stuff for this month. And then that's it for January. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you're new to my channel, and thank you for making it to the end, a lot of my videos aren't bullet journal based. So if you're just interested in bullet journal videos, please subscribe to the playlist that I have, which I've linked below, because a lot of my videos are more scrapbooking, memory keeping, craft hauls, and things like that. So I hope everyone has a good 2018, and I can't wait for it to get started. Thanks for watching.